Most everyone is
Time to wake up. Alright, so welcome. This is the official tongue splitting video. Here is our tongue. Now, I will be showing you all the things. Look at it now. It is healing really, really well. Like I can drooling, like move it a little bit. I am able to I'm trying to do some tricks like this. I'm trying to really work the muscles. You have to do stretches every single day. And yeah, let's get through it. First things first. I asked you guys to, on Instagram story, to ask some questions so that we can dive into it. This is part 1 of 3. This part 1 is just solely on the split and the healing process, just easy questions. Part 2 is probably going to be the in-depth spiritual, the spiritual aspect to body modifications and what that meant for us during the week. You're probably really going to want to dive into that, especially if you like tattoos, piercings, all of that, okay? And then part 3, I'll have Lex here because they made us a care package and a care box to get through the week. They did a lot of research as well and took really good care of us as we were healing. And everything they did was so helpful, okay? So, first things first, who did our split? Where did we find this body mod artist? We have a homie. I don't know if I can name them. I gotta ask him. But his name is Aster. This is one of my really good homies. Dope as hell. I trust this dude my whole entire life. He's also a tattoo artist. And he has his tongue split, and this is who he referred me to. And I trust Aster with my whole entire fucking life. No cap. Dead ass. A very amazing dude. And I messaged Sean and then asked him questions and then got a good little deposit down in and then booked with him. Sean travels from state to state. So you have to see where he is going and where he'll be to be able to book with him. He's really, really cool. Don't play in his DMs. If you know that you want this, go with this. Go with Sean. He's really cool. His energy is really sweet. You know I'm all about energy. I don't just let anybody up in my realm. And I genuinely feel like I was guided to this individual during this lifetime to have this done for myself. Whether you go online, no matter who you are looking at, any bod artist, any bod mod artist, whatever, any artist, any tattoo artist, any piercer, there's always going to be whatever reviews about them. Go with how you feel, okay? Do your research. Maybe you might vibe with somebody else more than the other. But I personally really trusted this dude. I felt extremely comfortable, especially being black and trans. The coolest thing that he did right off the bat was ask Lex and I what our pronouns were. I have never in my life had anybody do that, and I thought that was the coolest thing, and instantly was like, okay. Another question that people often ask is, and they've been asking in the comments, is, does it hurt? Were you numbed? Now, I cannot and I will not go into the specifics of that part because you need to talk to your body mod artist. Specifically, tongue splits are low-key, honestly, you can't just go walk into a tattoo shop and go ask for that. They're gonna be like, no, because there's a whole thing. Go do your research on it. But I can say I was as comfortable as I could have been for getting my tongue split in half. And what was the procedure like before I get into these questions? The very first thing is, he was super, super cool. I mean, his energy, I still have a lisp as well. I'm relearning how to talk, and the tips of my tongue are a little bit numb still, but the feeling comes back day by day. He has really cool energy. He also does several other different forms of body modifications. It's really cool. Just go look at him. He's linked below. But anyways, you sit down, get comfortable. Mind you, beforehand, you get all the information that you need. Everything. He's not just going and doing this shit and being like, bye. You're going to be doing your research for the days and weeks and months prior. Okay? I had all that knowledge ready to go before I went to go see him. It was just seeing him. It was like, okay, crap. Okay, cool. Anyways, sorry, I'm jumping around. And also, I'll talk in this video about how my parts handled it, because I actually have a whole Instagram Reels highlight tab that literally I talk about that specific thing. Sit down. He had another really cool, like, I guess it was another artist as well. Because it was him and somebody else. Sometimes, I guess he has other people too. I'm not exactly sure, but I had him and another dude. Other dude was cool. Helped with holding my tongue. While Sean then, began to cut the tongue. Alright? Now, this part, you gotta understand going into body modifications, which is why I have the spiritual aspect for body modifications in the next video. Some people are like, everybody has their own reason for wanting to get this type of body modification. Any modification done, any tattoo, any piercing normally has some thought. This one specifically is one of the most intense ones that you can fucking get. Along the lines of like getting your eyes tattooed and shit. Like, this is one of the most intense ones. Okay? The whole thing didn't take too long. So yes, so as my tongue is getting held, Sean is doing his thing, making sure I'm comfortable the whole entire time. The tongue is out. Other guy is holding my head. And the other guy, like, he was super sweet. He was like, you've got this. You're doing so good. Mind you, it was only going to it was taking like less than 20 minutes. That's how fast he was going. All right. Let's go now. I was asking Lex because Lex was also there, like sitting on the other side. If you're queasy to blood, do not go with your partner or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, friend. Somebody else needs to be with you, honestly, to like pick you up and stuff too. After the split itself was done, it's like I could feel it, because it's like when he's holding it, of course your tongue starts to go like this. I cannot explain that feeling. It was like, holy shit. At the same time, you're kind of going in shock a little bit, more than a little bit, but I had a spiritual aspect in that moment too. So that's why you got to watch the other video to kind of understand what was going on. Then he, like, used the sutures or whatever they're called, stitched it up on one side, got it going to the other side. He has a really cool, to me, a really good technique. He has dissolvable sutures. Some people don't. I think he had that as an option before, but because he travels, that is the dopest fucking thing to have, the dissolvable ones. If you have the other ones, more fucking power to you, because I know how it is to have those on the fucking tongue, and those ones always look way thicker. Y'all are fucking G's. So after those sutures were in, day by day they dissolve and kind of push and migrate their way out, so that they can fall out on whatever day it is, or whenever your body is like, all right, cool, we're done with this. Okay. And so he stowed that up, asked if I was good. They cleaned me up. They took this, I'm spitting everywhere. That's going to happen. They took this rad picture here. I don't know if I can post it. And here it is too. This was fresh. This is how it looks now. Yeah. So that is kind of how that went. And then we're going to dive into this. You're going to be like, holy shit. That car ride, I was definitely, that was that part that I was in shock. In that moment, my brain was processing to my tongue. From what I could tell energetically, my brain was like, this is what was going on. But also, I was aware of that. Other parts of me were also aware of that. And I had this like reign of pain, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. It was like, it felt like I was really transcending into a new realm of energy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Where like my whole body was doing what it needed to do to protect itself, while also keeping me calm. But I had several parts talking to me about it at the exact same time in that moment. It's really hard to put into words. And then that car ride home, like, I needed like little pieces of ice, and the drool is insane the first couple of days. It's just constant. It's not like this thin, like, it is just your mouth is like, it's thick. It's like stringy. You could literally just like wind it around your finger. Dude, the amount of shirts and shit that I had was ridiculous to have to like, because I first started off with like, here are the cups that we use. These ones. It started off with like using, these are clean. I started off with these. I was not going to sit and drool in this for days. I had to find a new way. I was like, fuck this shit. I would use it to like, after a while, set it down. Then I'd find like a towel. I drenched like 4 or 5 fucking towels a day of just drool. I'd like lift up my tongue and then like that, and then lay down. Again, good this spiritual video so I can tell you more about that type of process. Because like you're gonna be thinking like, for me personally, this is different for me. Like laying there in pain, like it was so specific. Okay, but now I'll get into more of this and then we'll talk more about that, all that stuff as well. Unless I should keep going. I should keep going on that. But yeah, we got home, got to the gas station, and instantly it was just like laying down. Day by day, it was different. Okay, so somebody said, can you talk about oral care a bit more? Yes. My oral care, I am very anal. All of me is very anal about our mouth hygiene, our teeth, our flossing. We do that regularly. We weren't going to stop that at all. Because at one point with this modification, you start to get the white stuff on your tongue. I still have a little bit. My whole mouth was coated with it later on because it was like maybe like bacteria, cells, everything. Because the tongue really needed to get better. It was literally just cut in half, you know. That consisted of several times throughout the day. I personally, Lex got me a dry mouth type mouthwash. I would use that after every time I drink tea, every time I drank my electrolyte water, every time I had any Gatorade, anytime I got something in my mouth, I would rinse it with water afterwards. And why is that? Because when that shit sits, you're growing bacteria in your mouth. Like, those things are going to just get warm and hot. It's going to get stinky. Like, but you also want to keep this as clean as you can because you really want it to heal really well. Don't eat and then lay back down. Do not get lazy. You cannot get lazy with this. So every time I would have anything in my mouth, if I couldn't get up or I was being lazy, I would swish with water. But I pushed myself to still get up, go to the bathroom, and keep that consistency right away. And I didn't care. I would need to get up, go to the bathroom, and do that. I brush my teeth really carefully. I don't think I have anything to show you how, but brush around here in my tongue, and that side, this side, and I go this way and the back. And I would do that, and then I would rinse again. I'd take mouthwash. I'd water it down a little bit because that shit would start to burn. Didn't need all that. We used this mouthwash here as well. Water it down, take it in, swish it. Couldn't really swish it, so I put it in. Every time I would brush my teeth, it would help alleviate the drool. Oh, also saline. I would saline. I thought about them like, ooh, saline would be good. And Lex had them because they just got a new piercing a couple like weeks ago. They got these ones. And so that was a tremendous help. I actually love doing it because it just felt so good to get all that thick drool, especially that when it's caked on the back of your mouth, like off and just be like, ugh. And then you feel clean and then you feel good. Then you can go lay back down. Like the whole thing is you need to keep your energy up and cleansed and clean during that process. Okay? That's what I would do all the time. I did not chew gum during this process, even though one of us loves chewing gum and one of us loves dum-dums in here. We did not take any of that in. Our food was very minimum to a very select amount of things. I can write them all down here. And this is what it consisted of throughout the week. Next question. I'm curious as to how you're able to wiggle both sides. I know it's still one muscle. Apparently, actually, it's two, but I don't even know if that's right. So fact check me. I don't know. See, I can like, you're like training it. You're training both sides. So you can put it back here. Here. And then you can train it to go like opposite directions. And then you can train it to go like this and do like a little figure eight, like so many different things. I don't know. I think it's like the way that also your body mod artist cuts it. There's a really specific way that they're supposed to. I've seen some artists not cut people's tongues right, and they end up with a really short split. And then they can't move it properly or right, which is why it's important to know who your body mod artist is. Look at their work. see their reviews, see if people are happy. My dude, everybody's been happy and chill. Like, I've heard a couple different stories of people, like, if I'm being honest, people being like, well, this didn't work out for me, but it wasn't like awfully bad. It wasn't like, oh, I hate this person. Like, also, your anatomy also plays a big role too with tongue modifications. Just ask your artist. If you have questions, ask him. You can tell him Gecko sent you. What is it like trying to speak with the split? How has communication been? So actually, during the whole entire time, I chose to not speak because that was a part of my journey. With this modification spiritually. Again, watch the next video that's coming as to why. I didn't talk, and you'll hear why. But after, when I was able to, now communication's been like this. I still have a list, but depending on what part of me is out, because all of our parts have really different frequencies and how they speak. Some of them already kind of have a little bit of a list. I can't control how those parts of me speak to begin with. So for me personally, when I'm here in this form of consciousness and awareness, this part of me, this part of my brain, I speak like this, and there's a little bit of a lisp. And so some of the ones that might be a different, like when my brain is switching to another, maybe younger state of being, it could be a little bit different. Does that make sense? But still, all in all, those parts are, still parts of me, of myself. It just depends on where my brain's at. The communication itself has been pretty easy. I get a little bit drooly a little bit. All of us do when we're just speaking, but that just is what happens. And I can feel the tongue like pushing together for certain words. Like, as you can see, together, like it actually maybe separates, which is where that lisp comes. So like there's a little bit of a gaping hole. When I sneeze and go, ah, shoo, my tongue goes like that. It goes, ah. It literally is like a little Venus flytrap sometimes. I don't know. It's like, ha, shoo. Or if I cough, you can like, no, it's fine. Which is pretty, ours are hard. Pretty, because it's moving like right here in the front. Like it's opening, it's separating and going back together. So I have to retrain my tongue because it's a muscle, That's what I'm tuned into and that's what I'm feeling. Okay, somebody also asked, who did the procedure? What tool did they use? I don't remember what tool he used. He actually probably mentioned it, but I genuinely don't remember at this time. I could re-ask him, or you could ask him. But it was a sharp one, clearly. Professional. It wasn't just like the plastic, knife or anything. Like, he's good with his stuff. He's going to clean up his stuff. He's going to clean you up. Like, he's cool. Sedation, and like I said, sedation and stuff, like anesthesia, if you're talking about like being put to sleep or whatever, talk to your body mod artist and they will go over their feng shui of how they do it. Just know that I was chilling and I was vibing. I don't know if that makes some sense. Does it feel weird to talk? How are you adjusting? It does feel weird, like I was saying, but we're moving through it. Like, it's like doing its thing. Yeah, again, I think it depends on who's here and which part of me is here in awareness. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. Okay, the procedure itself, pain, process in real time, etc. How much longer do we have? Let me see. Let me answer that one last. Okay, what was the experience like during the no talking period of the healing process? Go to the spiritual video. You're going to want to hear from there because I promise you, I took notes. All of me took so many notes day by day for that specifically. You're going to vibe really heavy with it. So just wait for that one. But that, because it's just going to tie in. It's going to tie in. But I can say it was easier than what you would think, especially if you're going into it and understand the spiritual aspect of any body modification and what is happening to the body, your intentions with it. Like, it is something so much more different than what you would expect it to be for getting your tongue cut in half. If you are going into a modification with the thought process of knowing that it is a spiritual experience. And they are. And again, I'll talk about it in the next video. I had a white lady comment when I was talking about body modifications being spiritual. Um, they literally started in tribes. Body modification started in tribes. It didn't just start because a white man named Jim decided to go get a body modification that is a corporate worker. No, these are tribal. And this goes fucking back, dude. Like, I mean, to the times of all sorts of ones, like all over the army. That goes for like ranking, spiritual reasons, protection for maybe just women, men, children. Like, these things go back. This is not a white, you know, westernized culture, like, cool thing. Body modifications literally started back in the day for tribes, like in tribes. It is so tribal, it is so primal if you understand what it is. Especially if you understand, like, think about reincarnation, evolution, like all these different things, whatever. It's really freaking deep. Go to the next video. That will be up in a little bit. Like, you're gonna F heavy with it. Is there any trouble with speaking since a split? Like, do you have to relearn how to do certain things? Yes. I just ate this morning for the very first time in a very specific way, to where my body, with being in tune to it, it naturally actually took a bite of the food, like with a spoon like this, and swallowed it, versus me going like this. So that's a very, like, intuitive thing. Like, when your body is hurt, you might not realize this. This is what I, like, learned. If you have a mouth sore, naturally, you're not going to just put your food in there and be like, oh, I forgot. Like, you're going to, like, your body is going to work with you and be like, hey, let's go away from this. And you're not even going to realize that your body does that until you have something like this, or maybe you do realize it. You are way more in tune than you think or know or give yourself credit for. Watch the next video. I'll tell you why. But yeah, a little bit, like, I can talk very fast, and so can some parts, depending on who's here. Whereas, like, hey guys, whereas when I'm in, whereas, like, when I'm in this realm, I can talk a little bit slower, and I can feel, like, my tongue pushing weirdly, but it's also, like, doing its thing. So it feels a little bit weird for me, at least, when I'm here like this, to be able to speak. I have to think. Hang on. This spud literally just came down here, but it's knocking on the door, so I had to pause it. I speak, yeah, I speak very slow, so I can feel my tongue when I'm, like, here like this, kind of, like, move and hit the front of my teeth. I can't say teeth. Why is that? I can feel the numbiness. Yeah, you can feel. I can feel the numbiness of the tip of my tongue. So if that makes sense, yeah. But again, I don't know. It just depends on which part of me is here, and awareness and whatever words. I don't know. Yeah. Hang on. But I had, is there any trouble with speaking since the split? Like, do you have to relearn how to do certain things? I feel like I've already kind of answered this, but for me, it's, I don't know, it's really specific. I don't really, I don't want to. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You get through this. Okay, bitch. Look at, bitch, you can't hold me back from nothing, honey. I'm a boss ass bitch, okay? You cannot tell me this is not the coolest fucking shit ever, bitch. Like, hang on. I feel like I could like, oh, that part's a little uncomfortable. Wait, look. I don't know, bitch. I know I'm fucking fine, honey. I don't know. When I'm here like this, I don't even be talking like that, bitch. Like, I'll look at you, but I still don't fuck with you. Because I know I'm that bitch. I don't know if that fucking makes sense or not. This is not mine, but that's cool. Mm-hmm. Right. And don't let me play with you, honey. I will not go easy on him. I will not go easy on him, honey. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Bitch, I be clowning on that. Did you know me and Lex be laughing so hard whenever we be vibing like this. Whenever people like this, we be laughing our fucking asses off. And Spud, I be messing with him so much. He also, oh my gosh, bitch, he does not do cuts and shit. Like, I said on Instagram, honey, that he will pass out. Tell me why I pierced his motherfucking ear like a couple years ago and he passed the fuck out. No, cold out. Fell out, hit his head on the fucking stove. I almost lost my shit because I was like, bitch, is you dead? He got up and started laughing. He got, put your ass back down. Like, he was playing too fucking much with me. That's my dude, though. And he does not do cuts. Like, he was going to be queasy, and I did not want him to pass out. Though, I'm not going to lie, the very first night, I really wanted to go like this. But I didn't do it to him. I was going to do him like that. But he came around. He was really sweet. He was really loving and then helpful throughout the week. Like, he'd, like, give head pats and hugs. But he'd give hugs like this because he'd get queasy. But Lex was the one bitch that was able to, like, stand there and vibe. You know what I mean? And really, like, hold it down for me. And we stayed here in the Zenden. Okay? And we watched movies over here. Okay? And, yeah. Does that make sense? So it was cool or whatever. Bitch, we was wearing this the whole fucking... Actually, don't worry about who's wearing this. Me, bitch. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, it was a really good week. I'm very thankful for Lex, which was cool. Very thankful for Spud. Having a good support system helped tremendously. We rested a lot throughout the week. So day by day, I'm going to add like a compilation. If you haven't seen them, I did like a vlog every single day. So I might just put them all together for you here on YouTube so you can see them as well. But if I can remember, if you guys can pull some stuff. Actually, let me go look and see. Hang on. I'll actually try it this way, where I explain to you maybe a little bit non-spiritually how it felt day by day, really quickly. And then if you want the spiritual aspects inside of that, see it in the next video and kind of put them together. It could be kind of cool for you to do. Okay, so after getting the cut and getting back home, of course the tongue was very swollen. There was still drool. As you can see, I'll prop something up. There was blood and drool, and it wasn't very pretty. Sutures were thick. I could not eat that night, really. Like, I wasn't trying to do all that. You ate before. I could drink. I had this little syringe thing into the back of my mouth to get liquids in. Tongue was swollen. Again, next video we'll talk about more what, but the tongue was like swollen, like to the point where I had to go like this with my mouth. I was like huge to the point where that's what made it hard to swallow your food. I don't think I want to go back into this too much because I want to save that for the next video, but I'll tell you partial. Okay. The following day, if I can remember, if you can pull that information. What happened the next day? Hang on. Next day, we woke up. I'm trying to remember everything. Hang on. I don't know how this is going to work because I will just be able to explain it more. The main thing that I can say is day by day, the pain was there in a very specific way. See, I can't talk about it here. Like, I gotta wait till the next video spiritually to talk about the what to really connect it. Like, I'm trying, but my heart and spirit is telling me just wait later tonight for that next part, because I will dive so thick into it once I get this done. And then clean storage off the phone so that there's space for this long video. But day by day, it really did get easier. But there's something with it. There is something with it. I'm telling you, there is something with it. Okay. But yeah, those are the questions that we had. If you have more of them, let me know. I mean, I can guarantee you over time, you guys might have questions. I'm going to do more of these as the healing continues, but we made it a main thing for like a whole 7 to 8 days. We did vlogs on Instagram, and y'all saw it all there. Y'all are some real ones. But that's where we're at. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it answered enough questions for you too. But somebody also asked the question is, would I do it again? Heck, I'm so mad at being like, it feels really cool. I know it's going to be a really fun journey for a lot of me and a lot of the parts of me, really specifically 110%. And yeah, so I don't know yet. We'll see as time goes by. We're here living this one life. Come as you are, go as you please, as long as it's not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? And do what makes you happy. Do what resonates with you, because it's your life. It's your journey. Don't let anybody tell you different. Naysayers, those are all extra characters in your book to keep you at a place of either being stumbled upon who you are. All the people around you teach you life lessons, moment by moment, empower you. Even if you can't see it, they do. Even the bitter, petty ones, the happy ones, the sad ones, doesn't matter who you come in contact with. It's all a part of you for your journey of self-discovery this lifetime. So, Ashe, yo, blessed be. I hope this answered some questions for you. If you are thinking about get it done, do it. If you're thinking about doing it and you're excited and you're watching this because it's about to happen, do it. Watch the next video, because I'm telling you, this next video will help you so much through it, whether you're getting tattoos, piercings, body modifications of any sort. It doesn't matter. Literally, fangs, I don't know. Watch this next video if that is for you. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy that you were linked to that video. Alright, I'll see you later in the next video. Wait. There was one more thing that I forgot to add that I feel like played a really big role in this healing. Was I and none of the parts of me smoke. We don't smoke anything. You are probably very pleasantly maybe surprised. I don't vape. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't even smoke that plant. I don't know what words I can use on here. I don't do any of that. I know there's certain psychedelics that you can, but anyways, yeah, I don't. And I do know if you vape, I stopped vaping over a year ago. It's almost been a year since my top surgery. We had to stop completely cold turkey, because if we didn't, it was literally going to cut off the circulation to our nipple, and our nipple literally probably could have fallen off due to smoking. So we had to stop. We stopped right away. We're like, fuck that shit, not worth it. We stopped at cold turkey. If you are vaping with this, you better be really careful, because to our knowledge with that and surgeries, whether you're smoking anything, that is going to dry the fuck out of your tongue. And that vape, whatever it is that is going through here, depending on if you're just, whatever, is going to play a really big role in that. It can dry it out really bad. It can cause all this extra stuff I don't fully remember because, oh, I've gotten our wisdom teeth taken out before, and this would go the same thing when it comes to vaping. You cannot vape like after when you have an open wound in your mouth. You can if you're a badass, if you really want to, or if you really need to, but I would highly suggest trying your best not to. Some people do it and they don't have any problem with it, cool. But for me, knowing how the body is, sometimes it's just easier on the body. There's no judgment here, but you vape or you don't vape. But I'm telling you, with this, if you're going to vape with it, please keep up that oral hygiene really, really freaking good. Because I know that it's hard to just stop vaping. You don't have to. He doesn't say, your artist probably doesn't tell you that you have to stop, but take it from me. At least keep up your oral hygiene really, 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 really well if you're going to be vaping or smoking through it. And that's important for you to know. Whether you go through any surgery, anything in your mouth, because of the buildup. So that's one thing. But yeah, that's all.
Most everyone is mad.